Bernie, so lovely to chat to you, and I hope you felt a bit of the love now being home, because really, like, it's so lovely to see someone flying the flag for the country in F1. It's kind of like we have yourself and we've got Alex Dunne doing it for us at the moment. So how's it been coming home and seeing it?
Yeah, it's great. Like, I always love coming back. It's really, really nice. And I think my manager's a bit worried that I'm going to get too big-headed on the way back now and think that it's like all about me and not about any of the others. But yeah, it's been lovely. And like, one of the things that's like difficult in our job is actually a lot of your feedback comes from social media, for example, and I get a lot of love from the Irish on social media, but it's actually nice to just take a break and meet people in person. Like, there's nothing like just meeting people in person, and actually then, you know, and it does do wonders for your self-confidence. So yeah, it's always nice to be home.
I have like a private F1 group on my Instagram page, and it's like full of like fellow nerds like us, and I put up a question box yesterday, so I've been pretty lazy and let everyone in the group do all the work.
That's fine.
But you know, the amount of love that came in for you, it was really unbelievable.
People are really kind.
I'm just going to go through a couple of the questions that came in for you. It was one of the things was people just saying, can you just tell Bernie how much she's flying the flag and how proud you are of her? And can you also ask her what would you give as advice for like particularly young girls trying to get into the world of F1?
Yeah, so I think the thing I would advise is try and get the best education you can, and whatever your deal is, if it's law or software or whatever, just try and get the best education you can. Obviously that stands out, but then the other things to try and do are, well, try and get work experience where you can. So that might be applying the teams for some replacements or whatever the case may be. Try and get some experience. It might be your local car track, your local rally team, whatever. Try and get some, if you can get some trackside type experience, that's great. If you can't, then the things that teams struggle with when they're recruiting is people who can work well in a team and people who can communicate. So any sort of project, teamwork activity, whatever you can do that allows you those two skills, teamwork and communication, those are the things that will set you apart in your CV, because lots of people might have the same degree as you, but not everyone will have the same sort of experience. So that's the bit that you're best to try and work out.
Another kind of Irish themed question that came in a lot was, would you like to see a race here? As unlikely as that ever may be.
Yeah, I'd love to. You know, I'd love to. And like, especially, you know, we were asked earlier like our favourite track or whatever, and the guys always say Silverstone, and I guess for them that's a bit of a like home race or whatever. So yeah, I'd love to see an Irish track. Can you imagine the carnage if we had an Irish track?
Where would you have it? What would you do?
Oh, I don't know. Well, I think probably one of the best places to have it would be on the west coast somewhere. And the only reason I'm thinking that is the wind and the rain. It really mixed it up a bit, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Because you can't, based on experience, last year I did a trip around the west coast on a motorbike, so I come in at like up to Galway. And on that west coast, the radar doesn't really work because it's all coming off the sea, so that'll be good. I'd like to see that.
Then I just want to get you back into your kind of like strategy calling days.
Yeah.
Of any of the strategy calls you're ever part of, is there one of them that sticks out that you're proudest of?
I think, well, the one that sticks out is the win with Checo in Bahrain, and obviously that sticks out, I think. But actually that was one of the easiest calls I made because we planned it so well in advance that actually I was really sure that we were doing the right thing. There's a race, we did a wet race in Brazil in 2016, I think.
Yes.
And actually
this is the one with the famous Max Verstappen save.
Yeah,
yes.
So there was one where Max overtook us on like 2 or 3 laps from the end, so we didn't get a podium. But actually, every decision we made on that race was perfect.
Okay.
Like, it doesn't look fantastic on the score sheet, but every decision was really good.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and that was one that actually I think we were criticised for in the press. So maybe that's what stands out. But there was. You come away from races, even if the result's not great, and you know you've made good decisions, then they stand out.
In terms of there was a lot of talk about V10, return to V10. Yeah. It looks like that's now not going to happen.
Yeah.
You know, as a purist, are you disappointed with that?
Yeah, I am, because I think the thing I said a few times is that in a pit lane or in any track we go to, occasionally they run an old car, and as soon as the old car fires up, where people know that it's going to run, everyone's on the pit wall watching it go by. Like, all of the teams are out, like, listening to it. You can hear it, and that's great, you know. And I like that bit of the sport. I really think we should be pushing the sustainable fuel, like the biofuel stuff. So I really think we should be doing that, and I think that if we had a different engine, or even the engine we have now, just with sustainable fuel in it, I think that'd be great.
Okay, so then Bernie Collins is brought in to come up with whatever set of rules she wants to improve the racing in F1.
Yeah.
What's on your wish list?
So I think we should be net zero from a fuel inside. So I actually think that one of the things I'd like to see as an engineer, not as a strategist, as an engineer, I'd like to see the rules opened up a bit. So design a flexi wing if you want to design a flexi wing. Like, that's brilliant engineering, you know? Or like design a 6-wheel car if you want to have a 6-wheel car. Like whatever, like just do good engineering things.
Let's go back to the 80s.
Yeah, exactly. Like just at the minute, like the rules are so tight that we're sort of stifle innovation a bit.
Yeah.
And I think it'd be great to have more open rules. Like we've got the cost cap, so within that cost, just design whatever the hell you want. Like the engine can go wherever you want it to go. You know, like just try and get some really like novel ideas out there. But I don't know. It might not make the racing any better. It might just make engineering better.
Is there anything you think that F1 can do to kind of fix the track limit situation that we're having, where drivers are kind of learning to game the system?
Yeah, I think like we've seen, you know, last weekend. I don't like stuff being decided in the stewards' room. I don't think anyone likes that. So I think we just have to either put in the really aggressive curbs that mean you damage the car significantly by going off them, or gravel or something. But you know, bring back some more gravel. But you know, and I know the reasons we don't do that. You know, I know there's lots of valid reasons we don't do that. Because if the gravel's dragged onto the track and we have a safety car, then no one likes that either. So I think it's got to be the aggressive curbs probably.
Final question for you, Alex Dunne.
Yeah.
What do you think his prospects are of getting into F1 in the next couple of years?
Yeah, I think really good. You know, I met him in Jeddah. I wanted to sort of say hello to him. He seems to be in a really good F2 team. I think Rodin's a good team. He seems pretty confident. He seems to have a good team around him, his own personal team, if you know what I mean. And to be taken on as a McLaren young driver, like that's strong, you know. So I think if he just continues to have the F2 results that he's having and tidies up a bit the racecraft type thing, you know, I think he made a mistake last weekend. He was a bit annoyed with himself. But if he can bring those elements together, give good feedback to the team, then he's got a really good chance. You know, 6 rookies on the grid this year, so teams are looking for young drivers to come through. So I think it can go far.
Bernie, thank you so much for chatting to me, and just keep flying the flag because we're so proud of you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.